When thinking of an atmosphere that meant something to me, I couldn't help but think about all the places that I traveled this summer. These were some of my favorites in Greece, and I could not just pick one place, so instead I decided to pick them all and make a shelf for all the souvenir shot glasses that me and my boyfriend collect on special occasions. I thought this would be the perfect tribute to them. For my project, I decided to build a shelf for all my souvenir shot glasses. It sounds weird, but these are really important to me, and these are what I collect during every trip, so it is very emotional for me, and they're very sentimental. That is one of my favorite ones from London, and I collect them on every trip or event that I go on. First, I went to Lowe's, and was looking for materials that I'd want to use for my project. I chose this concrete slab to be my concrete element because I knew I wanted to build a new shelf for my glasses, and I thought this would be perfect. I then started looking at hinges to hold it all together. I'm not sure if that's the right name. This is my first ever architecture class, so I was a little nervous going into it. Here's my work setup for the project. I first started by measuring out the wood and where I would need to cut it. I have also never used tools before, so I enlisted my boyfriend to help me out a little bit with using the tools. So I started marking where I need to cut the wood in order for it to fit around the concrete. This is him helping me cut it so I don't cut my finger off. Here we go, cutting the first piece of wood. Yay. Alright. So my idea was to put the wood on either side of the concrete. So put one there, around the top, and then around the other side. So the concrete gets tied in, so it kind of looks like an industrial look. There's me measuring it again. And then I wanted to put a thicker piece around the sides. So with the lines, that's going to be the excess piece, and then the others will go around the edges. Here's him cutting the wood again, so I don't cut another finger off. This took a couple of tries to make sure that it was straight, because if it wasn't straight, that would mess up the whole lineup of the project. So here we are cutting the wood. I'm really excited to put this up. It got burnt a little bit, but that's okay. We then cut off the excess piece, which left us with the middle part. Here we go, cutting it. There we go, there's the excess piece right there. Put that down. That's gonna be one of the sides. There's me lining them up to make sure that they're matching. They're a little bit off, but that's okay. Now I'm deciding whether or not I want to put it downwards or facing upwards. I decided to put it downwards to make it look a little more clean and cohesive. I feel like the other side was a little distracting. Then I marked where I'm going to put the holes, where the screws are going to go to hold it all together. So I did that. And then I marked the other side of the wood. Perfect. It was kind of hard to keep it held together. I then put holes in each one and then screwed the screws into the holes using a drill, making sure they're in there before we use the drill. Then I drilled each of them into the holes. Looking good. That's where the concrete will fit in between. So we got one in. These slabs are going to go along the bottom, and it's going to be the foundation for the brick to sit on in order to support it, because the concrete is quite heavy, and I obviously don't want it destroying the wall that I put it on. So that's going to be the foundation. I drilled one side in, and then here's how the concrete sat into the wood. It looks really cool and super industrial, like what I was going for. Perfect. There it is again from a different angle. Once I added the bearings to hang to the wall, it looked way cooler, and I want people to kind of interpret it as they see it. Here's me holding it. It's gonna look super awesome up on the wall with all the shot glasses. I wanted something to be different and for people when they saw it to ask questions about it, and that was my main goal when building this. I hope you enjoyed. Here is my initial design process. I had two ideas, one having the concrete in the middle and one having the concrete be the shelves on the center. I decided to go with the one in the middle since I had never worked with concrete before. I was a little hesitant on how it would turn out, and it turned out great. I hope you connected to the piece in some way and thought it was as awesome as I did. Thanks for watching.